Have you ever noticed how there is a fine line between what we really need and what we simply want? It's like this constant tugging match. It's simply like this. Let's say you want to buy the best gadget, but what's actually more important at the time could be paying our debts. This isn't just about personal choices, it's a powerful force shaping every decision, big or small. Today, let's dig deep and see how this fine line between the needs and the wants shape our lives and also builds businesses. Today, I want to touch on this particular challenge totally. Business practices make us really emphasize these two, the needs and the wants. In business, knowing these two can actually mean very well that it is the difference between either making it or breaking it in the business. When a child is hungry, it actually needs nutritious food. That's all what we all know as parents. But however, the child actually desires a chocolate or something sweet in case something of that sort comes in front of it. The child wants the chocolate instead of nutrition at all times given a choice. As adults, we are no better. Don't you love that double cheeseburger with patty and mayonnaise in it? Or would you give up on your most delicious pizza when your friend orders one? Absolutely not, isn't it? You would love to indulge in it, is it not? This is how we yield to cravings despite knowing that it is the salad which actually is nutritious to us. We as parents sometimes are forced to hand over a chocolate in order to satisfy the kid, but then we make it conditional that they can eat the chocolate only upon finishing their food. Have you ever done this too? However, when we do that, it is like giving the kid what they want, but then making them attainable contingent to getting the needs attained first. On a more humorous note, we are actually corrupting the kids by doing so and also teaching them how to bribe their way through things when they grow up. It's a great life skill to have, is it not? Oh no, not at all. Don't tell anyone I gave you this tip to make your kid eat food if in case they give you a hard time. I don't want to get blamed. Jokes apart, there is only a subtle difference between what is needed and what is wanted for anyone. Not always the wants are what one really needs. But if the wants are not fulfilled, however, the opportunity to fulfill the needs for a greater good might also cease to exist. This is what is most important here. That's the practical reality that many people don't understand. Before we discuss this from a business scenario, I want you to enjoy this short and sweet story which beautifully narrates this from a human standpoint. There is a small secret I will share about this particular story video once you have finished watching it. So let me see you on the other side.
In a small village near a busy city, there lived a poor couple with their young child. Their home was simple, their clothes worn and their meals scarce, but their love for each other was strong. One day, the father returned from yet another unsuccessful job search. His wife held their crying child and whispered, "We can't continue like this." The father nodded, determined to find a solution. "I've heard of a wise sage in the mountains. Maybe he can help us." The next morning, they embarked on a long journey to reach the sage's home. The old man, with kind eyes and a flowing white beard, listened to their story. "I can't give you wealth," the sage said, "but I can offer wisdom. In the city, there's a house on Prosperity Street. The owner hosts a charity event where children can choose one item from his collection. Whatever your child picks, you can keep. But be careful, looks can be deceiving. Guide your child wisely." Excited, the family hurried to the city. They found the grand house on Prosperity Street and joined the line of people waiting. When their turn came, they entered a room filled with various objects. The owner, a cheerful man, presented their child with 2 bowls. One was plain wood, filled with delicious vanilla dessert. The other was pure gold, containing simple vegetable soup. "Choose one," the owner said gently. The parents tried to steer their child toward the golden bowl, but hunger won. The child reached for the wooden bowl and happily ate the pudding. The parents felt disappointed. They had hoped for the valuable golden bowl to escape poverty. They really needed the wealth. But the owner smiled kindly. "Your child chose with innocence, focusing on immediate need rather than future gain. This wisdom is priceless." To their surprise, he gave them both bowls. The golden bowl secures your future, while the pudding nourishes your present. Both are essential. On their way home, the father turned to his wife. "We sought wealth, but gained something more valuable, a lesson in balancing wants and needs." From then on, they approached decisions differently, asking, Are we choosing what we want or what we truly need? Their lives improved, not just materially, but through wise choices. And they never forgot the lesson from those two simple bowls.
Awesome, awesome. Hope you enjoyed the story that I had created. I will reveal a small secret about the story video now, as I promised. Just so you know, the entire video clip of the story that you just witnessed was created by me using a generative AI tool called InVideo. This includes writing the script till creating the entire video. It only took me 30 minutes. Can you imagine video making in such rapid speeds? Unbelievable, is it not? If you like to make videos using AI with or without any knowledge on video making, I have given the link in the description below this particular video for you to use this tool for free. And if you want to buy it, you can feel free to buy it for bigger features in it. This is the efficiency of generative AI which we all can leverage. Now, coming back to the story that you just witnessed. Even in business, organizational decision makers along with the top leadership people, they have differences of opinion most of the times. The differences is about what is their priority and focus in the company. This is similar to that of the parents and the child that you witnessed in the story before. If you are a leader employed in such an organization, it then would be of utmost importance for you in order to understand what the top leadership actually desires and prioritizes. Remember, it's not just enough to know what the company truly needs, which most of the people do. This is where many people actually make mistakes. These are the people that say, hey, I did so many good things for the company, but I'm not appreciated at all. Or I did so many great things, but my colleague, she keeps getting promoted. My manager is actually partial towards me. All this is because these people do not understand how to put forth the need in front of the decision makers in such a way that they perceive value from it. Let's consider a mature industry as an example. Let's say this company in question exists for several decades and has made a mark in the world with its revenue and profits having perfect stability. Let's assume such a company. In such a company, within its leadership, let's consider a business situation of investment in new technology. Let's say this particular initiative is being pursued by the company's leadership team itself. The real need for the business as of then, let's say, is actually to upgrade its existing systems and also to improve efficiency and reliability so that the company can actually remain stable or continue to remain stable and also to grow eventually. Now, imagine that you are a CXO of this particular company and you know this is what the company actually needs to do. However, your board of directors might want you to implement the latest automation technologies in order to stay cutting edge instead. This is to show off in front of the competitors, let's say. Very much possible, is it not? And they liking to do so is nothing wrong either. In summary, it is very much possible that management wants you to lead in innovation, but the organization would actually need practical upgrades to enhance its current level of operations. Now, why is such a differences of opinion usually arising? On one side, the leaders have the desire for the company to be seen as a leader in technological innovation. This is why the board of directors desire. On the other front, the need of the day is to have the cost-effective solutions and resolve immediate operational challenges on the ground. In short, sometimes the leadership team would prioritize prestige and future-proofing while the organizational immediate need would actually be stability and efficiency growth. Apart from definitive responsibility being in the shoes of a CEO or a CXO, let's just change this a bit. Even when you are in the position of, let's say, a vice president of strategy or even a director of innovation or even a project manager or even a technology advisor of that company, if you are facing this situation in terms of prioritizing, especially when you are dealing with your supervisors, then what do? I'm sure what you're thinking right now. You might be feeling the best way forward for you is to evaluate the cost benefit of new technology versus upgrading existing systems, is it not? Once you do this, you may then prioritize the upgrades that offer the best return on investment for current operations, isn't it? And once your evaluation is done, you would then present it or communicate it persuasively enough to the decision makers. This is done by stressing the importance of addressing the immediate operational challenges, and while you do so, you might gain their support for upgrading the existing systems instead of what they actually wanted. For doing all this, you will need to identify all the potential risks of adopting cutting-edge technologies prematurely, and you could also emphasize the need for stability and reliability in operations while you do that. In order to do all this and to achieve such a feat, you need strong expertise in strategic thinking, also in persuasive communication, and also in the area of risk analysis and management, obviously. Now, how will you be so sure that you are delivering value by nudging the leadership towards their needs? The trick here is to first acknowledge and agree that the management's decision is something that you completely respect and accept, that it is in the best intentions towards the best interest of the company and its future. With this, then you will use your negotiation skills in order to persuade the leaders and then make them consider your standpoint as you present your point of view very convincingly. Again, there is self-doubt in your mind, isn't it? Will the leaders accept my recommendation at all, even if I do this? This might be something running in your head, is it not? Wow, am I a good mind reader? Great. So in reality, how will the leadership be convinced that the maximum value is with that option which you actually recommend? This is what I call as your value proposition position as a leader, or VPP in short we can call it. To understand this very clearly, let's take another business situation of product development direction, where the team has a dilemma. Let's assume such a scenario. Let's say the want in this particular case is to diversify the product lines in order to appeal to new customer segments. But let's say the actual need on the ground is to improve and update the existing products and meet customer demands, because the immediate necessity, let's say, is to maintain and improve the company's customer base. In such a case, let's say you are the product director or even a manager or maybe even a CTO or a CIO. You then first need to gather the customer feedback. Very important. Once you have it, then you should use it to guide the improvement and updates for your existing products. Only then you can ensure that you are meeting the current customer's demand. There are customer-centric methodologies such as design thinking, which companies actually use to ensure product success as well. You need to be a customer-centric leader in order to do this. In situations such as these, you need to encourage the R&D team and make them focus on enhancing the existing products while exploring opportunities for future diversification in a very controlled manner. This is where your innovation management skill is actually put to test. Also with this, you need to implement the changes in product development processes, the changes which actually prioritize the present customer needs while preparing for gradual diversification. This is your typical change management ability put into action. Again, you can take a decision based on what is needed here only if you are sure it is good for the company, is it not? How are you so sure that it is good or bad again? Your value proposition position has to hence be measured by tangible KPIs, or in other words, key performance indicators, only so that you can make clean data-driven decisions in your role. So, what does all this boil down to? You see, mastering the art of balancing between what's truly needed and what's simply wanted isn't just about keeping a company stable. It is about steering it to thrive. Knowing when to prioritize innovation over stability or when to fulfill immediate needs before long-term desires, this actually defines your strength as a leader. This balance is your value proposition, your key differentiator, that is. So make sure you hone it. Keep refining it, measuring it against clear KPIs, and you are set to bring substantial measurable impact to your role and your organization. With this said, I wish you all the best in your decision making in your life and your business going forward. I thank you for watching this particular video. I would like to hear your comments on this topic in the comment section below. Have a nice day.